Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Kingsbury. Today we're going to do another Brian Reads the News segment. This one brought to us by BBC.com. It's titled Hackman and Wife Likely Died 10 Days Before Bodies Found, Sheriff Says. This is by Patrick Jackson. Was published just 2 days ago. U.S. investigators are trying to establish how Oscar-winning actor Gene Hackman and his wife, classical pianist Betsy Arakawa, died after the discovery of their bodies at their home in the U.S. state of New Mexico. Officials said on Friday that evidence points to Hackman having been dead since 17 February, 10 days before the couple's bodies were found. Here is what we know so far about the death of a Hollywood legend known for such films as The French Connection and The Conversation. First question asked was, how were the deaths discovered? The bodies of the couple and their dogs were found by police on Wednesday at their home in Santa Fe, New Mexico, after a maintenance worker called emergency services. In a recording of a 911 call obtained by the BBC, the emotional caller can be heard telling a dispatcher how he found the two bodies. Hackman, 95, was discovered in a side room near the kitchen, while Arakawa, 65, was found in a bathroom at the property on Old Sunset Trail in Hyde Park. The couple appeared to have been dead for quite a while, said Sheriff Adam Mendoza. Arakawa's body showed signs of decomposition and mummification in the hands and feet, a sheriff detective said. Hackman's remains showed obvious signs of death, similar and consistent with those on his spouse. A German Shepard dog owned by the couple was found dead in a bathroom closet near to Arakawa. Next question they ask is, what do we know about the cause of death for Hackman and Arakawa? No cause was given in police statements immediately after the announcement of the deaths. The authorities reported no signs of injury but deemed the deaths suspicious enough to investigate and did not rule out foul play. A carbon monoxide poisoning test came out negative for both Arakawa and Hackman, the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office said on Friday. Near Arakawa's head was a portable heater, which the detective determined could have been brought down in the event that she had abruptly fallen to the ground. An autopsy and toxicology tests have been requested for both Hackman and Arakawa. Authorities said it could be a few months before the results of those are released. The local utility company found no sign of a gas leak in the area, and the fire department detected no indication of carbon monoxide leak or poisoning, according to a search warrant. A prescription bottle and scattered pills lay on the bathroom countertop close to Arakawa's body. Prescription pills found in the home were common medications for thyroid and high blood pressure, according to a search warrant. Hackman was discovered wearing a gray tracksuit bottoms, a blue long-sleeve t-shirt, and brown slippers. Sunglasses and a walking cane lay next to his body. The detective suspected that the actor had suffered a sudden fall. Next question asked is, why are the deaths considered suspicious? The circumstances of their death were deemed suspicious enough in nature to require a thorough search and investigation, the search warrant says, because the worker who called emergency services had found the front door of the property open. However, the detective observed no sign of forced entry into the home. Nothing appeared out of place inside. Quote, there was no indication of a struggle, said Sheriff Mendoza. There was no indication of anything that was missing from the home or disturbed. You know, what would be indication that there was a crime that had occurred? Two other healthy dogs were discovered roaming the property, one inside and one out. Here's a map of the New Mexico home. Again, Hyde Park is the location. February 26 at 1346, police called out to Old Sunset Trail. Next question asked was, what do we know about the time of their deaths? Authorities said Hackman's pacemaker last registered activity on 17 February, adding that this gives them a good assumption that was his last day of life. But police said it is unclear who died first, Hackman or Arakawa. The two maintenance workers who found the couple, one of whom called the emergency services, said they last had contact with the couple 2 weeks earlier. They said two sometimes conducted routine work at the property, but rarely ever saw Hackman and Arakawa. They had communicated with them by phone and text, primarily with Arakawa. The final question this article asks is, what do we know about the couple's health? Hackman's daughter, Leslie Ann Hackman, told the Mail Online that her father had been in, quote, very good physical condition despite his age and had not undergone any major surgeries in recent months. Quote, he liked to do Pilates and yoga, and he was continuing to do that several times a week, she said, so he was in good health. The couple married in 1991 had a wonderful marriage, she added. I give credit to his wife, Betsy, for keeping him alive, she said. Betsy took very, very good care of him and was always looking out for his health. All right, there you have it, a BBC.com update on Hackman and his wife likely died 10 days before bodies found, sheriff says. That's the title of this article. We're going to follow up with a couple more stories that I did, a couple videos that I did earlier, so you can watch those if you want some more information on this breaking story. And if you like this sort of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give this one a big thumbs up and leave me a comment. Welcome back to the channel and another Brian Reads the News segment. This one is coming to us from ibtimes.co.uk. It's titled, Quick Facts About Gene Hackman, Causes of Death, Wives, Children, Net Worth, and More. It is by Sarah Tan and was published February 27th, 2025. Let's get into it. Legendary Hollywood actor Gene Hackman, known for his commanding on-screen presence and career spanning over 5 decades, has passed away at the age of 95. The two-time Academy Award winner was found dead at his home in Santa Fe, New Mexico, alongside his wife, Betsy, and their beloved dog. The circumstances surrounding their deaths remains under investigation, though no foul play is suspected according to authorities. The Hollywood icon's cause of death has yet to be confirmed. Hackman, who had largely retreated from public life following his retirement from acting in 2004, had previously spoken about his health struggles. In 2009, he admitted that his decision to step away from Hollywood was influenced by concerns over his heart health. He revealed that his doctor had advised him to avoid stress after a concerning test result, leading him to leave behind an illustrious film career that had seen him star in classics such as The French Connection, Unforgiven, and The Royal Tenenbaums, according to The Independent. However, per latest reports, investigators are now considering whether the pet's death holds crucial clues in solving the case. One of the primary concerns in the investigation is whether environmental factors such as carbon monoxide poisoning or an undetected gas leak may have contributed to their deaths. The discovery of the dog's body has raised suspicions that something in the home environment may have been a factor. Hackman, a devoted animal lover, had adopted multiple German Shepherds over the years. Investigators believe that if carbon monoxide poisoning played a role, the pet would have succumbed in the same manner as its owners. A veterinarian who had once treated Hackman's dog recalled on social media that the actor and his wife had previously driven 8 hours to seek critical care for their pet, emphasizing their deep bond with animals. Hackman had a storied career and numerous life achievements. Born on 30th of January 1930 in San Bernardino, California, Hackman's early years were marked by turbulence. His father left the family when he was just 13, a moment he later described as deeply formative. After serving in the U.S. Marines, he pursued acting, eventually becoming one of Hollywood's most respected performers. Hackman's breakthrough came with Bonnie and Clyde in 1967, earning him his first Oscar nomination. He went on to win Best Actor for his gripping portrayal of Detective Jimmy Popeye Doyle in The French Connection in 1971, and later secured a second Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in Unforgiven in 1992. His career spanned a range of iconic roles, including Lex Luthor in the Superman films and Royal Tannenbaum in the Royal Tannenbaums in 2001. Up next, let's read about his marriages and family life. Despite his larger-than-life presence on screen, Hackman's personal life was notably private. He was married twice, his first marriage to Faye Maltese in 1956, with whom he had 3 children, Christopher, Elizabeth, and Leslie. The couple divorced in 1986 after 30 years together, with Hackman later admitting that his demanding career had strained his family relationships. In 1991, he married classical pianist Betsy Arakawa, and the pair settled in Santa Fe, New Mexico, where they lived a quiet life away from the spotlight. Hackman credited Arakawa with bringing a sense of stability to his later years, often describing their relationship as a source of happiness and contentment. However, he did have a few regrets over fatherhood. In one of his final interviews, Hackman spoke candidly about his regrets regarding fatherhood. He admitted that his relentless pursuit of success had come at a cost, particularly in his relationship with his children. Quote, "I couldn't always be there for them when they were growing up," he said, according to the Mirror. "Living in California, they had my success always hanging over their heads." His son Christopher briefly pursued a career in film before moving into computer programming, while his daughters Elizabeth and Leslie largely stayed out of the public eye. Up next, let's discuss his net worth and legacy. At the time of his death, Hackman's net worth was estimated to be around $80 million per the Irish Star. Despite his early retirement, his vast filmography and continued royalties from classic films ensured he remained financially secure. Following his retirement, Hackman turned to writing, publishing several historical novels, further cementing his reputation as a multifaceted talent. Lastly, let's read about his final years and last public appearance. Hackman had not made a film in over 2 decades, last appearing in Welcome to Moose Point in 2004. He largely avoided public events, with his last known sighting taking place in May of 2024 when he was seen leaving a restaurant with his wife in New Mexico. Despite his age, witnesses noted that he appeared to be in good spirits. Tributes have poured in from Hollywood and beyond, describing him as one of the true giants of cinema, and filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola calling him a magnificent actor with an unmatched complexity. As the world mourns the loss of the true cinematic legend, Hackman's legacy remains intact through his unforgettable performances and the lasting impact of his work on the film industry. Thank you for watching this video titled Quick Facts About Gene Hackman, Cause of Death, Wives, Children, Net Worth, and more. If you like this sort of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you won't miss out on future posts. Thanks again. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Kingsbury. Today we're going to do another Brian Reads the News segment. This one is coming to us from womensworld.com. It's titled Remembering Gene Hackman, 20 Things to Know About His Legendary Life and Career. From The French Connection to Superman and Unforgiven, we're honoring his incredible legacy. This article is by Ed Gross, was published February 27th, 2025. People were stunned by the death of screen legend Gene Hackman on February 26, 2025. Not so much because a 95-year-old had passed away, but the bizarre circumstances surrounding that passing. Hackman, his wife Betsy, and their dog were all found deceased by police at their home in New Mexico. Yet, while all that is being sorted out, we're offering up this tribute to the life and career of one of Hollywood's greats. Fact number 1 is Gene Hackman's difficult childhood. Gene Hackman was born Eugene Allen Hackman on January 30th, 1930 in San Bernardino, California. His early childhood was marked by frequent moves due to his father's unstable employment, and the family eventually settled in Danville, Illinois, where Gene was still young. He was raised in a working-class family, and his parents, Lyda and Eugene Ezra Hackman, divorced when he was 13 years old. The separation had a lasting effect on him, particularly because his father walked out on the family without saying goodbye. Hackman later recalled watching his father leave and never return, which instilled in him a sense of emotional toughness that would inspire many of his performances. In Danville, Hackman attended Danville High School, where he was more interested in sports than academics. He was tall for his age, sometimes making him seem older than his classmates, a trait that later helped him in Hollywood. However, he struggled in school and found authority figures restrictive, which may have contributed to his decision to leave home at a young age. Despite his rough childhood, Hackman later credited Danville as the place where he first developed a love of storytelling, as he spent time at local theaters watching movies that would inspire him. Fact number 2, he joined the Marines. At just 16 years old, Hackman was eager to escape his home life and enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps despite being underage. To do so, he lied about his age, a fact he later admitted with a mix of pride and regret. He was eventually stationed in China, Hawaii, and Japan, serving as a field radio operator during the post-World War II years. His time in the military was formative, exposing him to a broader world beyond the small-town life he had known. During his nearly 5 years of service, Hackman experienced strict discipline, which clashed with his natural rebelliousness. He frequently butted heads with authority figures, a theme that would carry over into many of his on-screen roles. However, he also honed his communication skills, which would later serve him well as an actor. After his military service, Hackman was discharged in 1951 and struggled to find direction, briefly working odd jobs before deciding to pursue higher education. Fact number 3, his struggles as an actor. After leaving the Marines, Hackman enrolled in the University of Illinois, initially studying journalism and television production. However, he soon lost interest in academics and dropped out. By his mid-20s, he had developed a strong desire to become an actor, though he had no formal training or connections in the industry. Undeterred, he moved to California and enrolled at the Pasadena Playhouse, a prestigious acting school that trained future stars. Unfortunately, Hackman was far from an overnight success. His instructors were unimpressed with his talent, and he was even voted least likely to succeed by his classmates. Instead of discouraging him, this only strengthened his resolve. Hackman later said he used the rejection as motivation to prove them wrong. However, his early years were difficult. He worked odd jobs to make ends meet, including as a doorman at Howard Johnson's restaurant, a furniture mover, and even a soda jerk. Though through it all, his commitment to acting never wavered, and despite repeated rejections, he continued to audition for roles in television and theater. Fact number 4, friendship with Dustin Hoffman and Robert Duvall. After struggling in California, Hackman relocated to New York City in the late 1950s to immerse himself in the theater scene. There he crossed paths with Dustin Hoffman and Robert Duvall, two other actors trying to make a name for themselves. The three men became close friends and even shared living arrangements at different points, forming a supportive group that helped each other through the inevitable setbacks of a fledgling acting career. Hoffman and Hackman in particular had a unique bond. Both were considered unconventional actors, lacking the traditional leading man looks that Hollywood preferred at the time. Their appearances often led to early rejections, with casting agents dismissing them as character actors rather than stars. They frequently joked about their failures, keeping each other motivated in an industry where rejection was constant. Interestingly, all three men, Hackman, Hoffman, and Duvall, would go on to become Oscar-winning actors and some of the most respected performers of their generation. Their early days were spent hustling for roles in off-Broadway plays, taking small TV parts, and working side jobs to survive. Hackman eventually landed roles in television shows like Route 66 and The Naked City, small opportunities that kept him going until his big break arrived. Fact number 5, he got a late start in Hollywood. Unlike many actors who find fame in their 20s, Hackman was well into his mid-30s before he achieved widespread recognition. His rugged everyman persona didn't fit the conventional Hollywood mold, and he was frequently overlooked for leading roles. However, his persistence paid off in 1967 when he landed a supporting role in Arthur Penn's Bonnie and Clyde. Hackman played Buck Barrow, the older brother of Warren Beatty's Clyde, in what would become one of the most influential films of the 1960s. His performance earned him his first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, finally putting him in Hollywood's radar and instantly proving the naysayers wrong. At 37 years old, Hackman had gone from a struggling actor scraping by to one of the most in-demand performers in the industry. The late start to his career ultimately worked in his favor because he had spent years refining his craft in theater and television. He arrived in Hollywood as a fully developed actor, able to deliver performances that felt genuine and lived in. Unlike many young stars who burned out quickly, Hackman's career would span more than 4 decades, filled with iconic roles in a wide variety of genres. Fact number 6, he was a versatile performer. Hackman never allowed himself to become typecast, seamlessly transitioning between genres. He played hard-nosed detectives, politicians, military officers, sports coaches, and even comedic roles. In Mississippi Burning in 1988, he delivered a powerful performance as an FBI agent investigating a racially motivated murder. He later brought hilarious over-the-top energy to The Birdcage in 1996, playing a conservative senator unknowingly caught up in a situation. Fact number 7, the importance of Bonnie and Clyde. Director Arthur Penn's Bonnie and Clyde is considered to be an important start in the chapter of New Hollywood, where maverick filmmakers shook up the status quo of Hollywood at the time, and Hackman was the perfect performer to ride that wave. Fact number 8, The French Connection, 1971. One of Hackman's most legendary performances came in 1971 when he played the rough-edged detective Popeye Doyle for director William Friedkin in The French Connection. His portrayal of Doyle, an obsessed cop willing to cross ethical lines, earned him his first Academy Award for Best Actor. The movie's thrilling car chase sequence remains one of the most famous in cinema history. Fact number 9, The Conversation, 1974. Directed by Francis Ford Coppola, this psychological thriller starred Hackman as a paranoid surveillance expert caught in a moral crisis. The film is considered one of the greatest thrillers of all time. Fact number 10, Lex Luthor in Superman, the movie, 1978. In 1978, Hackman took on one of the most memorable roles, playing Lex Luthor, Superman's arch nemesis in Superman the movie. Unlike traditional supervillains, Hackman's Luthor was charming, sarcastic, and even humorous, giving the role a unique spin. He returned for Superman 2 in 1980 and Superman 4: The Quest for Peace in 1987, though he famously refused to shave his head for the part, requiring wigs and camera tricks to give the illusion of baldness. Fact number 11, Hoosiers, 1986. Hackman's role as Coach Norman Dale in Hoosiers made the film one of the greatest sports movies ever made. His gruff but inspiring coaching style remains iconic. Fact number 12, Mississippi Burning, 1988. In this gripping civil rights drama, Hackman plays FBI agent Rupert Anderson, based on real-life investigators who sought justice for murdered activists. His intense but humanistic portrayal earned him an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. Fact number 13, Unforgiven, 1992. In 1992, Hackman teamed up with Clint Eastwood in Unforgiven, playing the brutal sheriff Little Bill Daggett. His menacing yet oddly principled performance won him his second Academy Award, this time for Best Supporting Actor. The film was a revisionist western that redefined the genre, and Hackman's performance was widely praised. Fact number 14, Enemy of the State, 1998. Hackman plays a retired surveillance expert in a role that many considered an unofficial sequel to The Conversation, reflecting themes of government overreach. From producer Jerry Bruckheimer and starring Will Smith. Fact number 15, The Royal Tenenbaums, 2001. Playing the eccentric and selfish Royal Tannenbaum, Hackman delivered a witty, layered performance that resulted in his winning a Golden Globe for Best Actor. Fact number 16, his final film role. Hackman's last on-screen role was in 2004's Welcome to Moose Point, a comedy starring Everybody Loves Raymond's Ray Romano. Fact number 17, his retirement from acting. Citing his age and declining health, Hackman chose to retire from acting in 2004, despite still being offered many roles. In essence, Hollywood wasn't ready for him to retire, but that didn't change his mind. Fact number 18, Gene Hackman had serious health concerns. Hackman's decision to retire from acting was not just a personal choice, but also a matter of health and well-being. Over the years, he faced various heart-related issues, including undergoing an angioplasty, a procedure that opened blocked arteries. Concerned about the physical demands of filmmaking, he chose to step away from the industry rather than push his limits. Fact number 19, he moved to New Mexico. After retiring from Hollywood, Hackman settled in Santa Fe, New Mexico, a place known for its serene landscapes and artistic community. He was embraced a quiet, private life, preferring the open spaces and relaxed atmosphere over the hustle of Los Angeles. While he no longer acts, he has been seen cycling around town and enjoying outdoor activities, staying active in his later years. And finally, fact number 20, he transitioned into being a successful novelist. Acting may have been behind him, but Hackman didn't stay idle creatively, pursuing a long-held dream of becoming an author. Alright, there you have it, another successful Brian Reads the News segment. This one again coming to us from womansworld.com, titled Remembering Gene Hackman, 20 Things to Know About His Legendary Life and Career. If you enjoy this sort of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Go on up there, hit that subscription button, ring that notification bell, and watch a few videos. If you could do me a huge favor, give this one a big thumbs up on your way out and leave me a comment. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye.